Welcome to QA testing training. You are accessing video library of web services testing. So web service testing using a SoapUI or a pro version. So in this video library, you will be learning about SoapUI tool and how the WSDL file looks and how to know the WSDL file operations. What are the operations are listed in the WSDL file. Okay, to know all about this, we will have this sample URL, the WSDL file link. Okay, so before we go into go into the SoapUI tool in detail, so I want to let you know that where we will get this SoapUI tool. Okay, there are two versions are available. One is freeware, one is the license version. Okay, to get the SoapUI tool, okay, you need to go to this soapui.org website. Okay, go to the download section. Okay, here in the download section you will be finding download SoapUI version. Okay, and to get the 14 days trial version, okay, the SoapUI Pro is there. It's a license version. Okay, just I'll click on this link, SoapUI Pro version. Once I click on, navigate to this page. Okay, there you will be seeing SoapUI, SoapUI Pro, SoapUI Trial. Okay, maintenance fields. Suppose if you want to work on only the freeware version of the software SoapUI, okay, just click on this SoapUI. Okay, you will be, when you click on this link, you will be navigated to this page. If you click on the download link, you will be taken to the source force, another link. So where it will automatically, okay, here you see in the 3 seconds or 2 seconds it will start to download it. Okay, now once that's a simple exe file. We just after the download, just click on the exe file and go on clicking the next button after accepting the terms and condition. That's a freeware version. Suppose if you got installed a pro version, then you need to ask for a license key from the company. Okay, so from where you will get the pro version is latest version, old version. Here is the pro version 4.2. so on what is the OS we have in a system. Based on the OS only, you will be clicking on the link over here. If you have the Mac installed in a system, click on this download link. If you have the Linux, then go with this one. Then if you have the only Windows, then based on the Windows 32-bit or 64, okay, based on your OS in your system, okay, click on the respective link. Click on a download link, again the download will start over here. Okay, just as of now I'm cancelling it. Okay, again if you want, now we will see the differences between the freeware version and the pro version. So after getting installed, I'll be seeing, you will be getting the link. If you have the pro version, the color of the pro version will be different. It's in orange color. It's a product of a Smart Bear. Okay, it's a product of a Smart Bear company. Earlier it was a product of Everywhere. Okay, now Smart Bear is taken over by Everywhere. Now let's have the SoapUI. Here more version. It's in a green color. Let me pin it to start. Okay, I'll click here. It's in a green color, one is in a orange color. Okay, here is this is the pro version and this is the freeware version. Okay, let me click on the for the freeware version, you will not be asked anything about the registration key or anything. When you install pro version and open the pro version, it will ask you to enter the license key. So for that, what you need to do is, after installing the pro version, you open the pro version. On opening the pro version, you will be coming across a window. Okay, right now my license has got expired. Okay, just I'll click on OK button. You will be getting this window. And after installing the SoapUI Pro version, you will be getting this window. Okay, now you don't have the free. So when you download the pro version, you will not be getting the license key along with the exe file. You need to ask for the license key from the 14 days trial license key from the Smart Bear company. How to get it is, just click on this apply trial, apply for a trial button. Navigated to the taken to SoapUI page, okay, SoapUI company page, that's a smart bear, wherein you will be filling the details, okay, your Gmail ID, Yahoo ID, anything, okay, the first name, last name, company details, if you want, whatever you want to fill it. So these are all the mandatory details, and submit all the details and click on a submit button. So in 1 hour, you will get the email which is mentioned in the work email, whether it's a Gmail or any Rediff, anything, okay, even you can use the company also, that you will get a license key file, okay, that you need to unzip it and browse the file, okay, and save it in the, okay, save it in a hard disk, save it on your hard disk and browse it wherever it is. Then after that, just click on OK button, okay, it will now, that time you will get the full version of the SoapUI Pro, okay. Now I'll open with the Pro version only. I'll open the Pro version of the software, and I'll open the free version of the SoapUI tool also, so that we can see what is the difference between those two. So I'm getting these many pop-ups only because the license got expired. Now here we will see the freeware version. Here is the freeware version. The startup window, that we will close this one. Let me close this. Okay, and this is a Pro version. It's good. We'll see the exact difference between those two when we start to work on the project. But in the initially, we'll start working on the Pro version. As of now, the features which will be there in the Pro version, those will be in a disabled mode only. So unless until we don't provide the license, okay, so those features won't be get enabled, okay. That works as the Pro version without a license, it works as a freeware only, okay. The why I'm taking the license means, so we can identify which are all features are available in a Pro and which are not available in the freeware version. Then it will be easy to identify those, okay. Now let's have an introduction on this SoapUI tool. So now we have got the SoapUI installed in a system. Now you launch the application. On launching the application, the SoapUI tool, you will be coming across this window with this name. So what is this is? What is this is? Okay, this is a workspace. Okay, so you need to create a workspace wherein you will be working on the project. You will be storing the projects. You can have a multiple projects created in a workspace, a place where you will be placing your work. Okay, so you need to create a workspace, and even you can have multiple workspaces created, and you can switch between the workspaces you created. Okay, this is the default workspace. Okay, now if you want to create a new workspace, what we can do is file, okay, then click on a new workspace. Okay, click new workspace. A pop-up window will be displayed wherein you will be entering the name of the workspace that you want to wish. Okay, I'll say web service testing. Now click on OK button, and on clicking the OK button, you will be asked to place the file. So the workspace file will be created with the XML file. Again, that is a XML file only. Okay, now I'll place it somewhere on the desktop. Okay, I'll say in a demo. So the web services testing. Okay, we are creating a workspace. I created a workspace called web services testing. Suppose if you want to switch between the workspaces which you already have created, how to switch is right click on this one, Okay. Now here you see switch workspace, or else you can switch from the file also. Okay, click on the switch. On clicking the switch button, you will be navigated to the place where you have the multiple workspaces created. Now here you see the XML file with the workspace is there. Okay, now I will take the workspace which is already there. Okay, I have one soap demo workspace created. Click on open. See here you see the workspace got switched to, okay, replaced. Now again I will take another workspace, project. See, this is a project. Now we will go back to our own workspace which we created now. Web services testing. Open. Okay. Now we got the workspace created. Now how to create the project? How to create a project? So either you click or right click on the workspace from this window. Okay. Now here in this workspace you can see the description of that properties of the workspace. The properties are name, description, file, and the project root. Where is the project? Okay, this is the name of the workspace. And if you want to give any description for that one, you can pass it over here. And where it is located, the file property lets you know the path of the workspace. Okay, here you see on a mouse over, it is displaying the path and the project root. Where is the project root? Okay, you can select the workspace directory where you are placing. No, you can take it. It will be by default. It will take it where whatever the projects which are residing in the workspace, you retrieve all those things that will be assigned to the project root. Okay. Now, how to create a project in the web services? Sorry, workspace. You can create the project from the file menu. Click on a new SoapUI project. Okay, let me cancel on this one. Here you see, you can create a project from here, or else you can create the project from here also. Right click on the workspace and create the new SoapUI project. I'm clicking it. It is asking me to give the name for the project and asking me to pass the or browse the WSDL file. Okay, so you can give the URL, or else you can browse the WSDL file which you got from the developer. Okay, now first we will go with the WSDL file URL. Okay, so before that we will understand how this WSDL file looks like. Okay, now WSDL URL here I have taken. Okay, in that we will understand how this, what is the WSDL file. As I told in the previous library, it is again a one XML file. Okay, how does it look like? Okay, now here it has ended with the Medicare supplier.asmx. Let me open that in the browser. Okay, on typing it, it will display the operations which are available in that particular web services. So it takes little time to load. Okay, so it's a medical supplier WSDL file. So this person, this medical is a company. He is offering the services. He is offering these services. Get supplier by city, get supplier by supply type, get supplier by zip code. So these are the operations or the services offering by the Medicare supplier. Okay. Now these are the operations are described in this web service. Okay. Oh, these are the operations in these web services. Okay. How to see the WSDL of this one? WSDL of these services. To see that, you need to place the question mark followed by WSDL word and hit the enter key from the keyboard. Then you will be taken to the detailed of WSDL file. Here you see, this is the entire WSDL file. So which you will be accessing to test the service of this Medicare supplier. Okay, so as we talked in the previous sessions, we'll be having the types in the WSDL, and we'll be having the messages sections, and we'll be having the port types, we'll be having the bindings. Okay, here is the port type, and the binding will have the operations that need to be performed, and here is the binding. Types, messages, port type, and the binding. What we learned in the previous video, all those things here we are sharing in this WSDL file. Okay, now let's create the project in the SoapUI tool. To create it, we need to have this complete URL. We need to have this complete URL. So you can't paste only this much. Okay, we need to have entire thing, this thing. Even if you have been till here, you should place question mark followed by WSDL file, WSDL word at the end. Okay, so I'll paste it over here. If you want, you can give the name, or else if you are not giving the name, it will take automatically based on it. Okay, now we need to paste the URL over here. Okay, now we are checking this checkbox. So already we saw that this supplier, this medical supplier is offering these 3 services. Okay, now here it says that get sample request for all the operations. Services are nothing but the operations offering by the company or a service provider or a service consumer. Okay, now here we are instructing the tool that create a sample request for all the operations. That is, we are saying that create one sample request for this operation, this operation, and this operation. So get supply by city, but that means what we need to pass here, we need to pass the city name, then we will get the supplier details who are all supplying Medicare in that particular city. We'll get the list of people. Okay, so that time for what is the operation, just we need to pass the city to get the supplier. For that particular operation, one request will be created. That is what here we mean. Create a sample request for all operations. Create test suite for the imported WSDL. Okay. Create a web service simulation for the imported WSDL. We'll see later part. Okay, as soon you get the WSDL file, okay, paste it over here and give the name according to your wish, and check the first checkbox. Okay, now click on OK button. On clicking the OK button, the WSDL file will be validated and all the services will be loaded. All the services offered by that particular WSDL file will be loaded in the project. Here you see, this is the project which we created, and so this is the Medicare supplier SOAP and SOAP 1.2. There are 2 versions of SOAPs available right now, SOAP 1.1 and SOAP 1.2. So to see that detail, you can see that this is called an interface. Okay, this is the which is available in the clockwise green color, right? That is called the interface to that one. Okay, here you see interface properties. When I click on that one, you can see the properties of that interface. Interface properties. The name of the project, Medicare supplier SOAP, name of the interface, and if you want to pass any description to that one, it will be passed. And what is the definition URL that will be defined over here, and what is the binding, okay, and what is the SOAP version is used in this WSDL, okay, and what is the cache style, what is the document style, okay. Then this is of very less important. Then you can see the operations which we saw already here in the west, get supplier by city, all will be listed in the tool. Okay, now we will delete this one since both are doing the same but in a different version of the SOAP message format. One is using the protocol. There is a versions are available in the SOAP message, SOAP 1.1 and SOAP 1.2. Let me delete this one since both are doing the same only. Okay, now click on the interface. Now we are instructed that create a request for each of the operation available in the WSDL file. So that is why one SOAP request is got created. How the request looks like, a request looks like this. Double click on the request. Okay, that is a SOAP request. Okay, here you see this is the SOAP request. So as we learned in the previous library, how we identify it's a SOAP only, that the envelope will decide it's a SOAP message. Okay, now it is following the format. As we learned, it should have an envelope, header, body, okay, and the font. Font is optional and header is also optional. Okay, then here is the raw representation of XML request. Okay, that we'll learn later part. Okay, now once I load this request, you will be seeing the path over here. This is the endpoint URL. So where this request will hit, where this request will, once you pass the value here, wherever you see the question mark, you need to pass the values. Okay, once you, after passing the value here, once you hit the run button, the values will, the request will be sent to this URL, where it will invoke the operation and it will retrieve the details and respond back in the response window. Where is the response window? This is the response window. Here you see in this other part. This is the response window. Let me inspect whether this service is working or not by replacing some value. I'll say city plano. Now I'll click on the run button here, and that's a submitting the request. It is nothing but a submitting the request. On submitting the request, here you see we got the response. The response is true. Here is the this true is being defined in the false section. Okay, this true part is written in the false section of the response. Okay, that's a SOAP message format. It is saying that if details are found, then give me the status as a true. Get supplier cities result is equal to true, because it found the details for the request, that is the status message. In case if you pass any invalid value, I'll say Mumbai. Okay, so if it is there in the database, it will give me the values, else it will show total records found 0 and the results is false, because it is, this service is working only in the US. This service is related to only the US. This service is not implemented yet in the India, and it will not have any data. So that is why the result is false. Okay, the status details will be declared in the false section of the SOAP message. Okay, now this is how the request looks like. When you pass the right value, you will get the response like here in this one. Okay, now let's see in detail this interface. When you double click on the interface, you will have the full detail on that one. So what is the WSDL URL? This is the WSDL URL, and the namespace. What is the namespace? We will see in detail in the coming tutorials. And what is the service endpoint? Where this service endpoint is. Okay, where all the elements are declared, where all the operations are declared, and WSDL content. I saw here, right? What is the WSDL content in the previous one? Yeah, this is the WSDL content. You can see in the tool from the interface view. Okay, the message we have already gone through the messages. Okay, port types, bindings. Okay, and the types. Right, types, there are two types of there, complex type and the simplex type. Okay, here is the messages. Now let's see in detail. Click on this one. Here you get supplier. In this section, what it is being displayed, you can see this one. These are just to know only. Okay, if any difficulty found during the working of this one, just you can see whether the WSDL file is proper or not. Okay, just to have an overview on this one. Okay, where you can see the content of the WSDL. Okay, that you can see in the interface view. Okay, that you can see in the interface view. Let me close this one. So what we learned till now, we learned where to get the tool from the soap.org. You can get the tool from there. You can get the pro version or a freeware version. And we saw how a WSDL file looks like and how to see the list of the operations available in the WSDL file before we import it into the tool. And we learned how to create a service, workspace, and a project in the workspace. And even after creating the project, you must save it. You must save it. Let me save it. Okay. The project has not been saved. Save now. Okay. I'll save it. Again, when you save the project also, again it will be in a XML file only. Okay. I'm saying with the name same, Medicare Supplier SoapUI project. It will be the project and a word will be appended with the file name. The workspace file name will be appended. Okay. Click on save button. Now the project got saved in the location here, in this location that you can see here. Okay. Now here when you click on this one, these are the project properties and the custom properties. About this custom properties we will learn in the coming sessions, coming videos. Okay. Now just we will have overview on this project properties. This is the name of the project, the description related to the project, and where it is been located, and the resource root. Okay, where it is there, resource root, project directory or the workspace directory. Again, it's like a global variable. Okay, again it's a cache definition, projected password in the composite, and which language you want to use for this project. You can use the JavaScript or a Groovy. In our coming live videos, we will be learning about the Groovy. What is the use of a Groovy in SoapUI web services testing. Okay. Okay. Now so as of now, we learn this. More we will be learning in a coming video.